that FMR removal is a good thing. All of us are in unison, in agreement. I only want to take and paint a broader picture of we as indigenous people let the government of India know that we are human beings. And that doing this is rubbing salt on a sore that has been festering the tribals from the beginning of Indian independence. And I normally say that we, the Nagas, are Indians by circumstance, not by choice. To begin with, that international boundary had been set up without any cognizance or any reference or any consultation with the northeastern tribal people that are living in the border area. They know it. They never accepted us as human beings that needs to be consulted or to be treated as equals. And that every time they enter into an agreement, if they don't like it, they throw it into the dustbin unilaterally without the consent, despite the fact that it's a formal agreement. How many times are our tribal people in the Northeast going to be trampled all the time, at any time that the government of India wants, insulting us every step of the way, as if we are not a human being to be respected? The human feelings that prevails in the Northeast. Imagine you wake up one fine morning and you find that your uncle, your auntie are foreigners. International boundary just being defined with no consultation with any one of us, and they made it a little more easier by way of saying let there be at least some free movement. Even during the colonial times, they allowed that interactive communication between the populations that are living contiguous to each other, despite the fact that the British has taken over Assam and Manipur even from the colonial years. They accepted that human aspect of it. After India becomes an independent country, it just says international boundary drawn on a watershed. They damn cared who was living on either side of the border. And this is rubbing salt into that kind of a sore that has been festering in the Northeast for all these years, and they still continue it. On whose demands, on whose request has this been perpetuated? Whom did Mr. Amit Shah, Home Minister, consult in the Northeast? Except maybe, forgive me for naming, the Chief Minister of Manipur. And is the Chief Minister of Manipur representing the indigenous people of the Northeast as a whole, or does he represent one people only? If he so desires that the fencing must come up, then fence up the valley, Manipur Valley. The government of India seems to only understand that when there is a violent reaction, they tend to take decisions only then. Do they want the Nagas and the Northeastern tribal people to come up in arms to oppose this violently? Or would they listen to that fact that we as a human being cannot be treated and insulted as if we are animals? And therefore, as far as we, the people of the Northeast, are concerned, situations such as this is an insult to our beings. And I think we need to do something for them to respect our existence in one way or another. if required, even violently. As far as I'm concerned, I'm more than perpetuate, encourage even a violent reaction, if that's the only language they can understand. And therefore, you see, government of India takes a look east policy in the 90s. The look east policy was just for the India to wake up every morning and look east and then carry on. Now they have come to act east with all kinds of vision that they have propounded, with FMR being solidified in 2018. The reality of their act is this. And if this is the manner in which we are going to be treated, there are more serious issues that I would like the indigenous people to go on. This is just a little bit of an inconvenience and an insult to the tribals of the Northeast. But I can tell you that the danger that the Christians and the tribals in the Northeast are about to face is the UCC, for instance. Consider the anti-Christian or anti-conversion